Yeah, the live streaming. Recording, how about live streaming?
Krishna Prabhu did not do that yet. So we recorded and then he will later post it. But we're not going to have it live.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
It's too bad. Leave out. Okay, then you got to send me the link.
Thank you, Maharaj. I will.
First Canto, chapter 11, text 7. Bhavaya nas tvam Bhava Vishwa Bhavana tvam eva matata suritpati pita tvam sadguru na paramam cha daivatam yasyanu vritya kritino babuvima Bhavaya nastvam bhava vishvabhavana Tvameva matata suritpati pita Tvam sadguru nat paramam chadaivatam Yasyanu vritya kritino babudhima Anyone else?
Bhavaya nastvam bhava vishvabhavana Swamiva matata suhrit pati pita Tvam sadguruna paramam chadevatam Yashanu vritya krituno bhavu bhima
Bhavaya nastvam bhava vishvabhavana
Bhava vishvabhavana
Tvam eva matata surit pati pita
Tvameva matata surit pati pita
Tvam sadguruna paramacha devatam
Tam sadguruna paramam chadaivatam
Yasya nuvritya kritino babu bima
Yashana vritya kritino bhavu bhima
Can everyone hear me now?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay. Word for word. Bhavaya.
Bhavaya.
For welfare.
For welfare.
Na.
Na.
For us.
For us.
Tvam.
Tvam.
Your Lordship.
Your Lordship.
Bhava. Just become.
Bhava.
Just become. Bhavana.
Vishwa Bhavana.
Creator of the universe.
the creator of the universe.
Twam, your lordship.
Triumph, your lordship.
Eva,
Eva,
certainly.
certainly.
Mata,
Mata,
mother.
mother.
Atta,
Ata,
as also.
as also.
Sudit,
Suhrit,
well-wisher.
well-wisher.
Pati, husband.
Pati, husband.
Pita, father.
Peter, father.
Twam, your lordship.
Twam, your lordship.
Padamam, the supreme.
Paramam, the supreme.
Daivatam,
Daivatam,
worshipable deity.
worshipable deity.
Yasya,
Yashya,
whose.
whose.
Anuvritya, following in the footsteps.
Following
Kritina, successful.
footsteps.
Babu Vima, we have become.
Kritina, successful. Babu Vinam,
Translation. O creator of the universe, you are our mother, well-wisher, Lord, Father, spiritual master, worshipful deity. By following in your footsteps, we have become successful in every respect. We pray for that you continue to bless us with your mercy.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Third part.
Okay.
The all-good personality of Godhead, being the creator of the universe, has his all-good plans for the good of all living beings. The good living beings are advised by the Lord to follow his good advice. By doing so, they become successful in all spheres of life. There's no need to worship any deity but the Lord. The Lord is all-powerful, and if he is satisfied by our obedience unto his lotus feet, he is competent to bestow upon us all kinds of blessings for the successful execution of both our material and spiritual lives. For attaining spiritual existence, the human form of life is a chance for all to understand our eternal relationship with God. Our relation with him is eternal. It can be either broken, neither broken nor vanquished, but it may be forgotten for the time being. Okay. Om Gyana Timirandasya Jananjana Shalakaya Chaksurmilitanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Tapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sajajatam Sahagana Ragana Tanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Padijana Sahita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namani. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschacha Desatarani. Vanchakalpa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha. Hare Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dina Bandhu Jagatpate, Gopesha Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta, Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe, Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu, Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. Okay. So Krishna has good plans for all of us, but we don't always follow them. And so people get in trouble, especially in Kali Yuga. And the whole world has gone completely nuts, you know. So Krishna says in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, how those who don't follow the scriptural injunctions, they're lost. Now here also we have in this verse, Lord, Father, spiritual master and worshipful deity, mother, well-wisher, Lord, Father, all these different things. They're mentioned in many other places. In one song, I guess it's by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, from the Kalyana Kalpataru, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Saka, Pati, E Sabidina, Bhave, Krishna Kore Rati. They love Krishna in many different moods, being related to him as mother, father, friend, or husband. So this is talking about the residents of Vrindavan. They love Krishna in many different ways. It's that's why Goloka is, you know, supreme, because they have so many different ways of loving and worshiping and serving Krishna. Whereas in the Vaikuntha, there's only servitor and awe and reverence, not, you know, the same kind of intimacy is not there. Then Bhakti Vinod, another song, Namahatta song. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna, Siksha. This is what Lord Chaitanya told Nityananda and Haridas to tell everybody. Chant Krishna, worship Krishna, and teach about Krishna. Aparadi sunya hoye loho Krishna nam, without offense. Chant the name of Krishna. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran. Krishna is my mother, Krishna is my father, and Krishna is the wealth of my life. Krishnara samsara koro chadiyanachar, jive doya, Krishna nama sarva dharma sar. The magnanimous Nityananda has opened the marketplace of the holy name, meant for the deliverance of the fallen souls. Chant Krishna, worship Krishna. Remain free from offenses. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, Krishna is the treasure of your life. Giving up improper behavior, carry out on your worldly duties only in relation to Krishna. The showing of compassion to all fallen souls by loudly chanting the holy name of Krishna is the essence.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Okay, and another.
Okay.
We are not hearing Maharaj for some time.
Family, we're attached to our children, our mother, father. It's all Krishna, really. Krishna is all those things. These people have come to represent Krishna. Krishna uses them to fulfill that purpose. But ultimately, Krishna is the mother, Krishna is the father, Krishna is everything. And he's a well-wisher. He wants good for everybody. So people question, well, if he's a well-wisher and he's all good, why is, I don't know what, I guess currently they're saying, why did this happen in Bangladesh? Why did devotees get killed? Why didn't Krishna protect devotees? That's a bodily concept of life. Krishna doesn't promise that your body will live forever and never get sick or killed. He promises that your soul will be with him. You'll be preserved as a spirit soul, as a servant of Krishna. Not necessarily in this body. We have to leave this body, and sometimes it's by violent, for a young person, there's shocking violence, but as devotees in Bangladesh, they're always taking that risk because since Aurangzeb, a long time ago, people have been killing Hindus and chasing them out of their property and raping the girls and everything. So these are the residents of Dwarka speaking, and so happy to see Krishna coming home. So they want his mercy. They say they're following in his footsteps, so that they've been successful. And this is a secret. If we're not, of course, success is, we because of the modern society and our education, we tend to measure success in numbers. How much money did we get? How many books did we distribute? Those kind of things. How many people put a like on my Facebook? How many people put a love? How many people shared, and we judge success, but it doesn't necessarily mean success in developing love for Krishna. Even if we become very popular preachers, or we're getting lots of donations, this will help your preaching. It doesn't necessarily mean that we are getting closer to Krishna. Krishna is testing us, and we could be getting further away from Krishna, being tested. One book I read about, it's a Christian guy. He's like a consultant for churches, like in businesses, they have consultants. They come and analyze your business and tell you how you can increase, what you're doing wrong, what you can do right, what potential you have. So he does that for churches. And he says that, the way to judge the success of your church is not by how many people come on Sunday, not by how much money you get on Sunday in donations, but how many people felt the presence of God. How many people felt that they were with God? This is what they're looking for. So that, I thought that was interesting. I don't know if it's still there. Near our temple in Lagos, when I walk down the next street, I guess that's when you go inside at the Palm Grove or whatever it is, there was a big signboard for a church. It was outside that compound, but it said, it was announcing their Sunday program, and it said, come and feel the presence, come and experience the presence of God. I thought, well, I want to go there, And I was telling devotees, we should advertise like that, We have to think, how to show the really attractive features of what we have, not just a Sunday program or Monday program or morning program, but, we have Krishna, the all good personality of Godhead. He's, most people that are religious or believe in God, especially the Muslims and Christians, which are the main, and Jews, God is powerful. He's all powerful, that's a fact. But actually, that's just a side effect of Krishna. That's not his main business, is being powerful. Being powerful, he doesn't need. Krishna himself, his incarnations they can take care of the powerful needs, but it's Krishna. But his real thing is loving, is his mercy, his kindness, and here, what we're hearing about from the people of Dwarka, they have very intimate relationships. Krishna's family, Krishna's wives, Krishna's children, grandchildren, aunts and uncles, they're intimate. They live with Krishna.
Excuse me, Maharaj, your camera is not turned on.
It's off still?
Yes, it's off.
Sorry, thank you. I turned it off for a purpose.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So, this is our natural position, is have this intimate connection with Krishna in one of the 5 rasas. But our movement, Prabhupada says many, many times, is for going to Goloka. Goloka is an interesting place. The time is absent the way we calculate time, but things can be going on simultaneously. Krishna is dancing with the gopis in the midnight, playing with his cowherd boyfriends in the daytime. And also, Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement is going on in Goloka also. Another section. Goloka has Dwarka, and it has, I think it has Dwarka. It has Mathura and Vrindavan and Navadvip. And even in Vrindavan, there's Vraj, and there's different parts of Vrindavan. And everything can be going on, day and night can be at the same time. It's inconceivable, but there's all varieties. The reason the gopis' relationship is said to be the highest is because it has the most, all the rasas. The conjugal lovers, those of you who are married, sometimes you're serving the wife, sometimes the wife is serving, the servitude is there. I even read one non-devotee, I don't like to say karmi, but not a Vaishnav, but somebody that studied these things, and he said that marriage doesn't last because of romance. Friendship is the most important thing, and that's the same thing in relationship with Krishna, with the guru. Somebody asked me, it wasn't actually, how can you have a friendly relationship with the spiritual master, because it's formality. How can you be friendly with Krishna? But that's what Krishna wants. Krishna is the best friend of everyone. But as far as our relationships, as far as making and cultivating devotees, studies in America, they've shown that people will join a religion for many different reasons. Like Krishna says, Chaturvarna, Chaturvit, what is it? 4 different reasons people join. Arto Jagasa, Artarti, Gani Chabharatar Shabha. Maybe they're poor, they need money, maybe they need help, they're sick, they're lonely. That's why we see most of the so-called religions, they're advertising health, good health. They're advertising you can get rich if you come to this church, if you worship this guru, this pastor, this monk. He'll make you rich. He'll save your marriage. He'll make you healthy. He'll cure your cancer. All these promises are there. And that attracts people. Now, I know in Japan, some of the Buddhists, they advertise like that and they say, but we're just doing that to lure people in. But then we give them the real thing. Now, we don't do that necessarily. Prabhupada didn't do that. We offer the real thing, and because if we're offering all these other things, people come, and if they get that, they'll go away. That's all they want. And if they don't get it, they'll be angry. But you promised, you said this, you said that. No, we promised. You can develop love for Krishna if you follow, like the verse says. By following in your footsteps, we become successful. So if we follow, we can learn to relish these relationships. We have to be friendly with each other. That's devotee care. Friends, a real friend will help you no matter what, especially if you're in trouble. A friend in need is a friend indeed. So when devotees make good friendship, when we're preaching to new people, we have to be friendly. Sometimes we have to be fatherly. Sometimes we have to be brotherly. Sometimes we have to be submissive to them. We have to hear what's on their mind also. Also hear their realization, new people. That way we can get unlimited numbers of people becoming devotees. And everybody is having respect, and everyone is thinking, I'm fallen, I need help. But if we're thinking, if everyone wants to be the master, then we're going to have a lot of trouble, because then there's all this competition to be the master. And even if you become the master, you don't have any followers. You just have people trying to take your job. But if we're all trying to be friendly, we're all trying to be servants of everyone, then we can progress very nicely. So the Lord is saying, take my advice, follow me. And the Guru, we get that advice through the spiritual master by the mercy of Krishna, Guru Krishna Prasade Boy. By the mercy of Krishna, we get the Guru, and by the mercy of the Guru, we get Krishna. This is special mercy, special arrangement. The super soul, he sees someone, we're sincere, we're frustrated, and we're looking for something spiritual. So he arranges, we find a Guru. And those who, if we find a Guru, the Guru will give us Krishna. Krishna gives the Guru gives Krishna. And if we want Krishna, we have to follow the instructions of the Guru, which are the instructions of Krishna. So Krishna says in the last two verses of chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita, one who acts in devotional service, having renounced the fruits of his actions, and whose doubts have been destroyed by transcendental knowledge, is situated factually in the self. He's not bound by the reactions of work, O conqueror of riches. And before that, text 39 and 40, a faithful man who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and it subdues his senses is eligible to achieve such knowledge. And having achieved it, he quickly attains to the supreme spiritual peace. Agyascha shadadanascha samsayatma vinashati nayam lokosti na paro nasukam samsayatmanaha. But ignorant and faithless persons who doubt the revealed scriptures do not attain God consciousness, they fall down. For the doubting soul, there is no happiness, neither in this world or in the next. A very nice verse. If you want to study it, chapter 4, text 40. And in the purport, Prabhupada says, out of all the revealed scriptures, Bhagavad Gita is the best. Now, generally we have the idea of Bhagavad Gita, that's the first, and then we graduate. No, Bhagavad Gita is Krishna, it's Shruti. It's always the greatest. Although we want Srimad Bhagavatam, we want everything, but everything is connected with Bhagavad Gita. So in Prabhupada's purports, constantly Bhagavad Gita is there. And when I was first reading Bhagavatam, I got, we never had it before the books finally came, so we had the first canto and the second canto. So I was reading like just every minute I had, and then I was thinking, I'm not reading Bhagavad Gita, I don't know what to do because I can't stop this Bhagavatam. But then I thought that every sloka I read, every purport in the Bhagavatam has got Bhagavad Gita slokas in it. So I'm actually reading Bhagavad Gita also simultaneously. And in Prabhupada's classes, same thing. So many Gita slokas all the time. So if we don't have faith in the revealed scriptures, we doubt them, and then we fall down. So we see many people fall down from any religion because they don't really read their books. It's a concern of us. In ISKCON, it's concern of Hindu leaders, it's concern of Christian leaders, it's concern of, hopefully real, genuine Muslim leaders. Because people don't read the book, they can be misled by eloquent speakers and just say, Bhagavad Gita says this, and Srimad Bhagavatam says that, and Atharva Veda says this, and you have to follow it. People that don't read anything, Prabhupada said this, Prabhupada said, they don't know. If you don't read and know what Prabhupada said, then you can be easily tricked. So just off this, but everybody knows this is the Kartik month. I know every time I was in Africa, devotees are doing their Kartik Vrat, eating only fruit. That's all right if this makes you read and chant more and remember Krishna more. sometimes it'll just make us proud that, oh, look at that other devotee, they're eating cassava and rice, and I'm eating only fruit. Ha, 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 I'm better. No, then it's actually detrimental to be fasting if we have that consciousness. Whatever, the real point of the Kartik, of course, is whatever we do spiritually, we'll get more benefit than other times. Therefore, we try to do more. Hearing and chanting, especially. Now, devotees especially like to hear and chant about Krishna's childhood pastimes, which are sublime, and it's the real Krishna in one sense, although it's said that in Goloka there's no baby Krishna, but there's no demons, but they think there's demons. There's Mother Yasoda, and they remember baby Krishna, even though he's not there. There's a Kishore Krishna, but everything is there in different ways. But any pastime of Krishna, anything is wonderful. And Lord Chaitanya, just chanting the holy name. So we try to chant more. We try to remember Krishna more. And we try to do more offering to Krishna. Now, ideally, that would be we do more book distribution. We give more seminars. We give more classes. We get out, contact the people more and more. That's the real Kartik Vrat. If you can fast, and that will help you to do that, that's very good. If you can eat a big feast every day, and that will help you to Prabhupada said it's like a department store. Sometimes they have a big sale, everything discount. You know, you give the money and you get everything at a low price. So you get more things for your money. So this is the situation of the Kartik, that it's like a special sale. The mercy is on sale. You do a little bit and you get much more benefit. So it's especially meant to attract people who are not doing very much or not doing anything to take advantage of the sale. I don't know if in Nigeria they have these department stores have big sales, you know, different times of year, like right after Christmas or something. In the West, it's a really big thing. It's coming up. They have this crazy day they call Thanksgiving, where they kill a lot of animals. And then the next day is called Black Friday. And everything, the stores have everything at super cheap prices. So they can clear out their store and put the new models in. People sleep outside the stores for a few days even though it's very cold outside. They're waiting to be the first one in that store so that they can grab up the cheap television sets and the cheap, you know, whatever they're after. So when it comes time to open the door, the people are all pushing against the door, and very often someone gets killed. Last year, I think that's it. The guy who unlocked the door, he couldn't get away fast enough, and the crowd just came rushing in and they trampled him to death. There's a madness to get the benefit, to get the cheap stuff. And then they're fighting inside it. Two people grab the same television set and they're punching and fighting who got it first. It's a madness, but that's for material things. So Kartik should be like that. We should be fighting. That's why devotees like to go to Vrindavan. But when we go to Vrindavan, then we have to especially be conscious to hear and chant more, not to, you know, just relax. Now I'm in Vrindavan. No, hear and chant more. Take advantage of the atmosphere and the benefit. So many things happen in Kartik. That's why it's, it's an auspicious month. If you look at what's happened already, and coming up, we have Govardhan Puja, Diwali, which is generally the Hindus observe Diwali, but Diwali is honoring Lord Ramachandra, if we remember what Diwali really is. But we had depending on when you start Diwali, Prabhupada first said start on Ekadasi. Now devotees generally start on the Purnima because that was that's the way they do it in Vrindavan. So we had the Radha Kund a couple of days ago, and Diwali is coming up, and then Govardhan Puja the next day. It's a very special day for the Vaishnavas. But Diwali is also the day that Krishna broke the butter pot and Mother Yasoda tied him up and he broke the trees. So that's the main thing we want to remember. And that's our main thing we try to remember the whole month. So we have Govardhan Puja, then a couple of days later we have Prabhupada's disappearance day, which is, most auspicious for us and joyful and painful at the same time. And disappearance actually reminds us more and more of the appearance of the great personality and all. Radhanath Swami talking about Prabhupada, it is a Calcutta, of course, Calcutta, we generally think of it as a dirty old city. It's getting cleaned up, but, with insane traffic jams and so many car horns honking, but it's also the birthplace of Srila Prabhupada, place where he grew up, worshiped deities, where he went to school. Now they have tour when you go to Calcutta. It was also Bhaktisiddhanta started his preaching there, and they still have his printing press. You can go and have darshan at the printing press. There's a place where Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhanta. That's become an ISKCON property now. So it's a very auspicious place, and quite a few Gaudiya Math temples are there. But Prabhupada's disappearance day, that's maybe the most, and Prabhupada made a special point to leave during Kartik. Prabhupada went to Vrindavan during Kartik most of the time. He didn't make such a big fuss about it being Kartik, but that's when he would go and stay in Vrindavan. He called it Urj Vrat. Then there's Gopastami, and then there's the Ekadasi, and then there's Bhishma, Panchaka. There's some people like to do extra. Then the next Purnima, that's but in the proper mood. Like these Brijvasis, these are the Dwarkavasis. They were feeling intense separation. Krishna had been gone for a long time. And it said that when Krishna is gone, they're just kind of melancholy. Melancholy is We don't hear that word so much. I don't think in ordinary English conversation. I don't know if everybody even knows what the word is. It's a feeling of sadness, seeming like no cause, no reason. Nowadays, people are like that. But we might say spaced out, They just like the people of Vrindavan, when Krishna leaves, they just cry all the time and they don't think about anything else. They don't care for eating or anything, and because Krishna is gone. So they were like that in Dwarka. They were like that in Ayodhya when Ram was gone. They're just remembering the Lord, and they can't get interested in anything else. But when we're like that, sometimes it's not the reason. We're just, forgetting Krishna. So that we don't want. We want to remember Krishna and you don't reject your friend because of that. You still want to be their friend. And they tolerate us when we get in a bad mood. And if you get in trouble, they'll help you. So that we want to be like that with each other. Then we can all stay together and our movement can expand. We can save the world, because we should be getting convinced now, and more Krishna is showing us externally with all the trouble in the world and all the fear and anxiety everyone's feeling over their body. Maybe I'll get COVID, maybe I'll get, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I die? Should I, run away? Should I avoid everyone else because I might get, no, there's all bodily consciousness. And this is Kali. He wants everyone to fight. He wants everyone to disagree. He wants all kinds of, quarrel. So we want to fix our mind on, what we're trying to do. We're trying to spread the holy name. We're trying to bring people to the temple. We're trying to make more temples. So all the devotees get together. And if I want to do it one way, okay, let me do it my way. And if you want to do it your way, you do it your way. And we'll see, because there's no wrong way. Unless we start lying and cheating and promising people you come to the temple and you'll get rich, money's going to fall at the Hare Krishna temple this week. There's going to be money floating in the air. Just come and grab as much as you can. We don't want to be like that. I've heard that some churches advertise like that, but we haven't seen everybody getting rich, even though they all try. Full realization of that, and be peaceful no matter what's going on around you. There's always news of some sort of horrible war going on or horrible attack here, racial riot there, all these different things like just happened in Bangladesh. And in Bangladesh, it happens all the time. They're always destroying Hindu temples. But nothing is good except people loving God, loving Krishna. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to develop our own love for Krishna, and that develops automatically by following the process given in Parampara by the spiritual master. Chant 16 rounds at least, follow the 4 regular principles. It's a very big thing in this Kali Yuga for someone to do that. So therefore we have to have great respect for all the devotees. Even if they're trying to follow one of the principles, they're devotees. If they're even chanting 1 or 2 rounds, they're in a special, rare group of people out of the world. And we should honor them all and always be helping each other. How can we chant more? How can we, give up more of our attack? So, any questions today? Comments? Vraja Taruni, where are you? I don't remember.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat. I'm from Uruguay.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Maharaj. So if anyone has any question, you can use the raise hand emoji and you'll be asked to unmute to ask your question. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for your patience.
The restaurant in Lagos has a very opulent.
Well, Maharaj, I have one quick question. The residents.
Any comments or questions?
Yes, Maharaj, I have a question.
Okay.
The residents of Dwaraka, in their prayers to Krishna, were saying that because they have surrendered themselves to Krishna, they've become successful in all directions in life. And I believe, excuse me, I believe at the time these devotees were praying like this, they didn't have cars, they didn't have television sets, they didn't have jacuzzi, they didn't have any of the so-called comforts that we think we need to have in this modern day, but they were still considering their lives successful. So my question is, what constitutes a successful life? Hare Krishna.
Well, there's a saying, one devotee, Patri Prabhu, who's in Nepal at the time, he put it very concisely. Success is getting what you want. This is a material idea. Happiness is wanting what you get. Can you follow that?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah. In other words, the Bhagavad Gita is saying, be satisfied. Yajitscha labhasantushto. Whatever comes automatically, be satisfied with that. Success means you're actually, real success, in our is spiritual. That, we realized we're servants of Krishna and we're practicing how to serve Krishna and trying, doing our best to dedicate your life. That's the real success of human life. Getting all these things, I don't know, you must have heard the story. I've seen it on internet a few times. The rich man, he took his son out to the countryside to show him how fortunate they were to be rich and living in the city. You heard that story? Anybody? Haribo?
Yeah, Maharaj, I've heard it before.
You want to hear it again?
Yes.
So anyway, they went out in the countryside and there's a lot of countryside. There's a countryside, and you see the children playing out in the fields and cows and dogs running around, and then gradually it starts to be a city, and everything gets all crowded up and dirty, and So anyway, the father, when they got home, he said, "So did you see?" And the boy said, "Yeah, we have a swimming pool, but they have a lake." Success is that you don't want anything. That's the real success.
Maharaj, your audio is cutting off.
All these things are driven by envy, so you may have a big house, I may not have any house, but sometimes we see the very poor people are having. So success is, when you're satisfied, when you're free from material desires. All right?
Thank you, Maharaj. Your audio was
I'm sorry, the internet here is really bad.
Yeah.
I'm in this house and I was here before and it was perfect. And
Okay.
this time it pops up constantly. Your internet is unstable.
Okay.
And I asked the owner and he said, yeah, our internet is bad. They just haven't bothered to call the company and find out what's going on.
Well, you're audible now, so thank you.
Yeah, it goes on and off.
Okay.
But every once in a while, it just, sometimes, I can't hear it. I have a translator. I can't hear the translator. I said, did you say, yeah? Yeah, I read it. I said, well, I didn't hear anything because it just blanks out. This is all the wonderful advancements we have, but our minds work the same way. Sometimes we chant and we don't hear any of it. I know sometimes I go to Mangalartik and then I think, oh, what happened to that? I missed. I thought I was chanting all the slokas, but I don't. Because I got in my mind what's going on here, or how some devotee is fighting there, or how I need to go answer the call of nature, whatever, So the internet acts like us, Try to be attentive. That, if we can be attentive to our chanting, Mahatma Prabhu was saying, about Kartik, different things we can do. But he said the best thing we can do for
Right. We hope Maharaj will come back
a day and argue with.
Guru Maharaj, we missed that point.
What?
We missed the point where you were saying about what Master Prabhu said about chanting.
He said the most
Kartik.
important thing you can do is to hear your rounds, to be super attentive to the Hare Krishna, the syllables, hear it, chant very attentively without any distraction.
Any other question from anybody else?
Yeah. So Bhakti dear, I see you're moving around now. Now it's unstable again.
Yes, you are stable, Maharaj.
Yeah, I see the pictures of the prasad in the restaurant. Looks really good.
Yes, Maharaj, the quality is high.
So are people coming?
Yes, Maharaj. People are coming and also they are ordering from distance and it's being sent to them.
You're delivering. Oh, great. You can do much more that way nowadays. Okay, well, how are you advertising?
On the net, everything is on the net.
Okay, it looks good. It's satisfying. It's wonderful.
Yes,
All right. Congratulations. I see it. A lot of food for life. But we want, now book distribution is also should be there. All three: book distribution, Harinam, and Prasadam. When we have all three, then that's success. Prabhupada said, that's what we need. We don't need anything else. Individually and collectively, that's a success. Okay, thank you all.
Yes,
Ganga,
Maharaj.
where are you now?
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, may I ask you one more question?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I am thinking, that's what I'm asking. I'm just thinking. I'm not sure, I don't know. But I'm thinking that since all 11 entities are eternally parts and parcels of Krishna, that means that we were all one time with Krishna in Vaikuntha. And there are some that relate with Krishna in Vaikuntha. There are some that relate with Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. And you said, Srila Prabhupada said, our movement is to help devotees go back to Goloka. So here is the question that if a soul's original swarup is that with Narayan in Vaikuntha, if that soul attains perfection or becomes favored by Guru and Krishna to go back to the spiritual world, does that soul now go to Goloka, or that the soul goes back to his original source, which probably may be...
they're completely happy there. They don't want to go anywhere else.
Excuse me, Maharaj, I didn't hear that.
Network is
Vaikuntha mood.
Yeah, the network.
name to everybody and, you know, serving Lord Chaitanya. And devotees not worried ultimately that we just want to serve. Whatever service Krishna gives us, devotees happy with that. Okay, so maybe because we're having trouble with the internet, we can leave it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Maharaj. His Holiness Bhakti-Siddhanta Maharaj, do you have anything else to say or to add?
Is there Keshav?
I didn't hear what Maharaj said. I can't add anything. The net was cut.
Okay, thank you, Maharaj. Thank you. So, but I think we should all remember that the time has changed. The time for the class has changed. So at this point, we may ask all devotees to unmute, and then we chant big Hare Krishna to honor Maharaj's presence.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Srila
Prabhupada ki
Kavicandra Swami Maharaj ki jai.
jai.
Holiness Bhakti-Siddhanta Maharaj ki
Hare
jai.
Rama, Hare Rama.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you very much, Sadhu Prabhu, for rescuing me.